Saturday, Hammer continued Game 2. Crucible of War, hold your gains, 1,750 points. Deathguard with 9. Space Wolves started with 9. Played 2 CP stratagem called Dawn Assault. Everybody subtracts 1 from the hit roll in the shooting phase in the first turn of the game. We're wolves, we want to run at you, and we also put somebody on the hunt, so that's great. The Deathguard Warlord is the Chaos Lord. Fugaris Helm, Arch Contaminator, seen that before. And remember, Death to the False Emperor. I'm going to say that out loud to remind Damon again. Death to the False Emperor. The Space Wolves Warlord is Bjorn the Fell-Handed. It's a debut for him. He's got the Saga of Majesty, which increases his aura abilities by 3 inches. Here is how the battlefield sets up. The wolves on either side within a foot of a deployment zone. The Deathguard corralled to a third of their total power level in the middle here. The balance of their guys are in reserve and can appear almost like deep striking, but within some constraints of the middle and 9 inches away from the enemy. The entire goal of this game is for me to capture the vaunted Holocron, our most fought over relic, I would say at this point. But in the center, you've got 3 Plague Burst Crawlers, look like a Malignant Plague Caster and a Chaos Lord. Here you've got a Cyber Wolf, Enraged Wolves, Thunderwolf Cavalry, Long Fangs in a building, 10 Blood Claws, Bjorn the Fell-Handed, a Storm Wolf with Blood Claws and Arjek Rockfist. On the hunt, you have some Wolfen. Then on the far side, over here, hide behind these containers, you've got some Grey Hunters, so that's super fun and exciting. In reserve for the Deathguard, you've got a Tallyman, a Plague Surgeon, some Plague Marines of all varieties. Kind of a debut for the Mephitic Blight Hauler. He did participate in an Apocalypse game, but nobody scared him. And then we've got a bunch of Blightlord Terminators. Those are a fan favorite. And then old Typhus McDiverson. But here is how we set up for our Crucible of War Hold Your Gains game. End of Wolf turn 1. Just kind of generally advanced forward. Bjorn's over there. Making our way towards the Holocron here. Wanted to purge that Xenos artifact, but did some shooting, took 5 wounds off Plague Burst Crawler here. That's more than we did in the entirety of last game, so we're going to go ahead and chalk this up as a moral victory for me. But there we go. Coming up, Deathguard turn 1.
End of the defending Deathguard turn 1. We don't get any reinforcements yet, but we are going to need them pretty soon. So, bad news first. We shot 6 entropy cannons at the Stormwolf gunship here and did 0 wounds. And then we did smite and got a wound, and then the Chaos Lord used his combi bolter to get a wound. So 2 wounds total. That's the bad news. The good news is that we did kill the Long Fangs that were formerly of that ruin over there with our mortar. So overall, we're okay with the Long Fangs, but we were about to get swamped in turn 2 by the wolves. So should be fun.
End of Wolves turn 2. Fairly productive turn. I achieved the only thing I wanted out of this game and blew up a mortar. So that was good. Charged with Fenrisian Wolves to tie it up. Charged with the Thunderwolf Cavalry and Blood Claws. Arjak made a charge into the Chaos Lord. These Blood Claws charged this particular mortar. That Plague Caster intervened into Arjak. When that Plague Burst Mortar exploded, it did the business. I think it was 3s on everybody I had, so it was 2 on the Wolves. 2 Wolves died. 1 Thunderwolf Cavalry died with a full 3. 3 Blood Claws from that unit died, and 3 died from this one. They also lost 1 in Overwatch. The the Stormwolf here, actually did a little bit of business on this gentleman too. He's down to 6 wounds. But overall, pretty good turn, pretty exciting. Really curious to see how this is going to go. Yeah, he's going to start bringing on some reinforcements and so on and so forth, so ought to be interesting. But that's it for Wolves turn 2. Here comes the Deathguard.
Alright, at the end of the bloodbath that is turn 2, Deathguard were able to call in some reinforcements. Everybody did arrive. The Blight Hauler, the Tallyman, the Plague Surgeon, Typhus, 3 squads of Plague Marines, and we used the command point to get the Blight Lords in there. We did some shooting. We made good use of Veterans of the Long War. We moved in here between shooting and fighting. We've got this Dreadnought character badass down to 3. he fought back and killed 2 of our Blightlord Terminators. Other than that, we did some shooting on the Stormwolf and got him down to 4 wounds. And so then this gentleman with his hammer did kill the Plaguecaster. Michael used the interrupt stratagem to go ahead and take him out, because that corrupted staff is no joke. It can do the business. So that's what we got at the end of turn 2. Deathguard reinforcements have arrived.
End of Wolves turn 3. Bit of a bloodbath. Knockdown, drag out. Wolfen showed up from being on the hunt. Failed their charge. Rolled an 8, needed a 9. And here we go. Stormwolf hanging out. No movement there. Shot didn't do anything. Stormwolf took a wound off that mortar there. Deneman interrupted, used the counteroffensive stratagem, and killed Bjorn after these Blood Claws charged. Every wolf of every variety charged those Plague Marines, and there was a stalemate over here. But here is where we stand at the end of Wolves turn 3.
All right, the end of Deathguard, turn 3 of this. Hold your gains. It's hard to hold the gains against those Space Wolves. They're tough. It's a bloodbath. So, we did some shooting. Wolfen blessedly failed their charge last turn because that gave us a chance to shoot them. We did kill 3 of them. This guy's got 1 wound left, and they stayed on morale. So they will be making a charge next time. Blightlords managed to mop up the rest of the Blood Claws here. And we did lose a Blightlord in the process. The Plague Marines over there, we did kill one of the Thunderwolves, and then he killed 2 Plague Marines in return, and they consolidated all around us. Blood Claws over here took 3 more wounds. This guy here with his hammer took 3 more wounds off the mortar. So we're down to 3, and that's about all for Deathguard. Turn 3. This is where we stand.
End of Space Wolf turn 4. Blew up a mortar here with the Blood Claws. Killed a Marine with the Thunderwolf Cavalry and their Wolf Escorts. Killed a handful of Marines over there with the Wolfen, who died and did a little death frenzy. That was exciting. We advanced there, just trying to get towards the middle before this game ends. We don't have a lot of power level, but we're going to try to make them hurt on the way out. But here's where we stand, going into Deathguard turn 4.
At the end of Deathguard turn 4, coming down to it now. We're at the end game now. Typhus moved in, and we did kill Arjak Rockfist in the shooting phase with the Destroyer Hive. We then charged into some Blood Claws that were over there. We killed all of the Blood Claws, but we left this one guy, which is unfortunate because Michael used the stratagem to make him a character. Over here, our last Plague Marine Sergeant went down swinging, didn't kill the wolf, but died in the retaliation, so very sad. Other than that, we've got a lot of things here trying to make our way over towards the Holocron for the potential game end, and then we've got some Grey Hunters there. We've still got our Plague Marines in this building, so heading into the top of turn 5 for Wolves.
End of Wolves turn 4. We did some charging. The Cyber Wolf that's no longer there. These 2 Fenrisian Wolves, loyal Fenrisian Wolves, and this Thunderwolf Cavalry leader here charged in. We did end up killing 1 Blightlord Terminator, so that's pretty good. We'll trade a Blightlord for a Cyber Wolf any day. Over here, this lone wolf and these Grey Hunters charged in and finished off the Plague Surgeon. And before they charged, the Grey Hunters actually shot a Plague Marine off the board. So here's where we stand as we approach the Deathguard turn 4, which knockdown, drag out. We're gonna see if anybody's left at the end of this turn, but here is where we stand.
At the end of Deathguard turn 4, everybody moved up, trying to get in range for victory conditions. Did some shooting at the Blood Claws, cleared them out. Typhus moved in. Being the scaredy cat he decided to shoot the remaining character and kill him in the shooting phase, so he didn't have to get his Man Reaper dirty. Over here, did some attacking. Everybody whiffed, or Michael saved it. So, and we did 1 wound on the Thunderwolf, but fought back and no damage. So we just kind of punching each other over there. We're going into turn 5 though. So it's all on the line.
And the Wolves' turn, we don't know what turn it is anymore, it doesn't matter. But these Benresian Wolves here actually dragged down 1.5 Blight Lord Terminators, so they're my MVP, and they're actually my last unit on the board, so wouldn't have believed it, but yeah, there you go. And yeah, they're probably gonna die here, but hey, they made it to turn 75.
All right, Hodgehammer fans, at the conclusion of our game, the conclusion of the Deathguard, turn 6, here we go. Typhus claims the mighty Holocron. The Wolves have been purged following our victory, and we have a fairly decent power level within 12 inches, but we've managed to mop up the rest of the Wolves here that killed most of our Blight Lord Terminators. So at the conclusion of our 1,750 points, Hold Your Gains Crucible of War battle, Deathguard victorious,
Games down.
Typhus and the Holocron